Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Charade Maniacs, continuing the common part of Akase's route. We're not really fully in his route, but obviously we're heading that way. So, anyway, we were just going out to investigate with him. So we went to the park. That's where we are, the park. The park looked the same, and the Arcadians were walking about. Some noticed us and talked to us. Others simply walked right past.
Looking at them like this makes them seem no different from regular people.
He's right. I still can't believe that they really are mud creatures. They just seem so similar to us. Well, they might look different. They have unique habits and ways of doing things, just like people, too. Or people do, sorry, just like people do. And I haven't seen any other living things here besides the Arcadians. It's just hard to wrap my head around the fact that those creatures replaced the people of Arcadia during maintenance. Those thoughts circled about in my mind as Akase approached them to say something.
Hello, I want to talk about the Otherworld stream.
Hello, have some ice cream. The same ice cream vendor. He must also be...
Hi there, do you watch the Otherworld stream?
Akase didn't hesitate to take the ice cream held in front of him.
I do watch it. I look forward to today's. I see. By the way, how do the points go in? Is it like a vote? Huh? Interesting things get points. Can you give me more specifics on that? I want to watch suspense or action. That's good to know, but it's a bit different from what I'm talking about here.
Akase wasn't really able to communicate with him, so he just sighed while he held the ice cream.
Did you make this ice cream? No, this is delicious. Please have one.
I like how they're kind of robotic. It's so funny. After hearing that, Akase decided to take a bite. He doesn't hesitate. We heard that it's real food, but I'm still reluctant right now.
It's delicious. It's like the ice cream from a regular ice cream shop. It's imported from your world. There are stores that have products copied from your world too. Imported? You're surrounded by walls. How do you do that? I don't know. We only provide the things given to us by the sponsor. Sponsor?
Right, is this the first time we're hearing about the sponsor? Because, like, we know, obviously we as the player know, but, like, in the game, the sponsor kind of came out. It was like, oh, the producer, blah, blah, but they never mentioned the sponsor, and then later we found out. So, I can never remember where it happens, but I'm guessing it's here. I haven't heard that term before. What is he talking about?
Are the foods provided by the bouncer and sponsor different? I hear that the sponsor brings in the originals, and the bouncer then provides copies. Originals? Copies?
I have no idea what that means, but yeah, that's true, because we don't know. We're just basically fucking digital data. We ain't real.
We're not real. None of this is real.
But yet also real. Because, I mean, obviously we don't know that our bodies are on Earth and we're here in just digital format. He's actually answering questions now. This conversation might go somewhere.
How's the sponsor different from the producer or director? They are different. You are also under the care of the sponsor. What does that mean? I have heard that the sponsor is the one who assisted in bringing you to this world. Assisted?
So can the sponsor go back and forth between this world and ours? Are they from our world? That was as far as I got with my message, because I realized that people from the other world don't wear bangles. I sent the message to Akase and had him ask the question for me.
Does the sponsor go back and forth between this and the outside world? Where's the sponsor? I think the sponsor does. I just saw it the other day.
And it's true.
Hello there. Would you like an ice cream?
I had kept my distance out of caution, but I went closer to listen to the conversation. He handed me the ice cream. The ice cream. I'm still a bit traumatized, but it's hard to refuse it when he hands it to you with a smile. Seeing how hesitant I looked, Akase took the ice cream instead and started eating it.
Oh, this is a different flavor. The earlier one is vanilla. This one is caramel. Oh, they're both delicious.
He did it again. He rescued me again. Akase does it so nonchalantly. He saves me as if it was nothing to him. He always helps me like this. I wonder if he's this way with everyone. I remembered things Akase said ever since coming to Arcadia. He would be angered at the unreasonable Otherworld stream, and he'd be first to speak up and lead everyone. He doesn't do things for himself. He does them for the sake of others. He's the kind of person who's just naturally selfless. He's helped and protected me. I can't leave things as they are. All right. I like the caramel flavor.
Huh? But you're...
It's okay. I can eat it.
All right, then. Have a bite.
Oh, now we're sharing ice cream. Guys, he took a bite out of the ice cream, and now I'm going to take it. Ooh, indirect kissing. Akase smiled as he brought the caramel ice cream to my mouth.
Oh, now he's feeding me! Oh, dear God.
It's all right. I ate it already once. And he said this was imported. I prepared myself and took a bite. The chilled sweetness spread in my mouth. Okay, I'm fine.
Now is it?
I nodded with mixed feelings as Akase held out the vanilla one to me too.
You want this one too?
I couldn't resist his smile and ended up tasting both ice creams.
Oh, God, now we've kissed a few times, indirectly. You did well, Sana.
Akase smiled at me as he finished both of them. I thought eating both was too much. Yeah, but he's a dude, so he can eat like 6 ice creams and gain like 2 pounds, and we'd eat like 1 ice cream and gain like 18, so like, whatever. Fucking sucks. I think it's rather insincere of me.
I think it's rather insincere of my body to do that.
And then you get old and you just, the word ice cream, I've gained 4 pounds just because I've read ice cream a couple times here. I felt sick when I thought I received food from that mud creature. And when I heard it was just brought from my world, I started to think it was delicious. In the end, it's all about feeling. And when we can talk to them like this normally...
There's chocolate, strawberry, and mango flavors too. Here you go.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm full now.
I think they're not so scary. I might have been afraid of how they look. After realizing that, I felt ashamed of myself. My team is in charge of information gathering, so I shouldn't be afraid to try to get intel from the Arcadians.
Shall we go now? We got to hear about the sponsor.
You sure you don't need to ask anymore?
We have other stuff to research. We can save questions for another time.
I personally want to ask some more, but I have no way to communicate with the ice cream vendor, so I had to follow Akase. Maybe I'm rushing things too much. I stood next to Akase as I wrote a short message. Glad I followed you, Akase. Thank you very much.
I know, right? It's better to act first and think later. I'm glad we talked with them. Act first, think later.
Yeah, okay.
Like, he's not an idiot, but, like, that line makes him sound like one. Like, that's such a himbo line. But, like,
I actually don't think you're as dumb as you act. You know? We give him kind of, like, the himbo-esque voice and, like, slight personality, but I do think he's smarter than he, like, appears to be, you know?
I hope we can keep this up and get more information and pinpoint who the producer is.
He mumbled that while walking back to the lodging with a hurried stride. I was trying to think now. Sorry, out of all of them... Yeah, he'd be the most himbo-esque, to be fair, out of all of them, I think. But, like, he actually, I think, is smarter than that, so... He's just the closest thing we have to a himbo, really. You know? But the...
Act first, think later. That's definitely a himbo thought process.
Oh my god, phone, shush. Anyway. Evening came around and we met in Dazai's room.
Splitting up the investigation was the right choice. So here's a summary of all our findings.
Akase summed up the things we discovered through the day.
There's someone called the sponsor here in Arcadia. The sponsor travels between our world and here to deliver things like food.
If we want something, asking the bouncers faster.
Hey, bouncer!
What exactly does the sponsor bring in? Is it just food?
The sponsor is not limited to sourcing food. Anything that is required from food to other resources like cast members is brought in.
People aren't just things.
Wait, wasn't it previously mentioned that the producer handpicks cast members? You're right. A bouncer. Isn't it the case that the cast is handpicked by the producer to bring to Arcadia?
Every cast member is handpicked by the producer. However, the sponsor is responsible for transport.
But it's really funny because it was the director that actually picked us up. You know what I mean? Like, Because you saw the hands like, it wasn't like a person where like, oh, okay, they're just wearing a mask. Like, you could see the robot hand. So, like, interesting. Maybe the director is actually not a robot. I mean, we think he's a robot, but he's being controlled by one of the people here. Maybe that's one of the locked routes. Like, I'm actually the director. I'm just controlling the robot. Like, whatever. I'm the techie behind the robot.
So, the sponsor's just one of the producer's lackeys. Wait, is it safe to be asking this thing so many questions?
What do you mean?
I'm still unsure about trusting it. It's the same thing I feel about the director.
I think we can trust it. At least, the memo the person wrote said that the bouncer isn't able to lie.
What memo?
Well, there was a memo taped to the underside of the top board of my desk drawer in my room. So it took a while to find.
This is interesting.
It was taped?
There's a sponsor in this world, separate from the producer. The sponsor is a fantastic? Fanastic? A fanastic. It says fanastic. It says fanastic. God damn! Hey, has it been a while since we've told Tim off for being an asshole and typing weird? Oh, anyway. The sponsor is a fanatic. Be careful. The bouncer can tell you the details. Can't lie, will not refuse questions. That sounds ominous. See, and this is also why I feel like we definitely should have done this probably before, obviously before Futami's around, you know what I mean? But like, so again, back to the, if Futami's not a locked route, like, why, you know what I mean? Again, I'm mad that they did not properly think through, like, how this was going to work and the flow of this. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain characters, like, yeah, we did Iochi first, fine. We do whatever. Those are okay, but there's certain characters, like Futami, who should not be the first character you do. So, like, why is he not one of the locked routes? You know? It's okay to have more than one locked route in each thing, because if Tommy's the sponsor and that was like a huge reveal, the fuck is Kyobu? You know what I mean? Like, kind of confusing. And like, why is Futami being the sponsor less than whatever Dazai's hiding if he's the locked route in this group? You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of interesting. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to keep yawning constantly. Like, the last, like, week or so, you've been, like, probably every episode of everything we play, I'm yawning like crazy. Jesus.
Who wrote that?
I don't know, but it was probably someone who used this room in the past. And they were likely a cast member.
A cast member? So it's a warning from the past.
You can't lie, huh? Let's try to confirm the most important thing.
Akase then glared at the Watcher and asked it a question.
Is the sponsor one of the 10 cast members?
Huh?
Everyone kept their eyes on the Watcher. I wasn't sure if I wanted to hear the answer. Mixed feelings swirled around me. Guys, what do you think? Sarcasm, obviously.
Yes. Yes.
I can't say yes without it sounding really fucking awkward. What were both of those?
The sponsor is a member of the cast. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Like, obviously some of those were like forced out that way, but like, why every time? Yeah, yes. The fuck was happening there? Oh.
Again?
I'd thought about how often we'd already felt the world pressing against us since arriving. I wondered how often it would feel awkward. I felt like it was something that I would never be able to get used to. I hate this.
So, amongst the 10 of us, we have the producer and the sponsor. There's more than one traitor with us.
I cannot answer that.
I'm not talking to you.
I know how you feel, but calm down. Don't get too hot-headed.
I thought maybe we could narrow this down if it's just one person. Maybe we'd be able to convince them to join our side. However, what if the producer and sponsor just decide to collude and team up?
That would make pinpointing or recruiting them much more difficult.
Ah, this is awful.
Awful. Yes, this is awful. Can't believe in anything anymore, and I'm starting to feel numb. Actually, I mean, and now that you think about it, like, them telling us, oh, if you guess who the producer is, you can leave. All right, we just have to narrow this down. And then it's like, oh, by the way, there's also a sponsor here that's colluding with them, and then there's no way they're going to. And the producer will do everything, because we've seen, is a fanatic, yes. We'll do anything possible to make sure that people fail, because that's what Futami wanted. Like, I'm going to make sure everybody gets a dead end. Accuse me of being the producer. Everyone dies. But what they didn't make clear, or I just don't remember it, was everyone? Do the producer and sponsor get to, like, peace out and be okay? And I'm still not sure how it works, where we saw that little snippet of that girl that Ibana and I knew, and we're like, how the fuck did we forget she existed? He's like, she used to sit next to me in class, what the fuck? Just remembered she hasn't been there in a year. The hell? You know what I mean? But, like, her giving up because she was trying to do the dramas alone and hitting a dead end, how does that work if the producer and the sponsor are always here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are we gonna... Is that a loophole they didn't think of? Or is that one of those, like, okay, all right. That's a plot point that when we find out later, we're gonna be like, oh, we can tie it back. You know what I mean? But, like, kind of curious how you're gonna do that. Are you gonna turn around and say, like, oh, well, I mean, because, like, the producer and the sponsor are actually just, like, data too. I mean, obviously everyone is here, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, to try to drive people to a dead end, they willingly give up because they know that nothing's really going to happen to them, you know, and they'll just be kind of like brought back for the next stream type of a thing, you know? And like Futami was trying to draw us in to make us a sponsor. So was he going to draw us in as a sponsor and then he just pieces out? Like, because he seemed to enjoy it here, so it's not like he would willingly, like, choose to go home. Like, okay, cool, I just had to bring in someone else into this pyramid scheme and then I get to leave. You know what I mean? Like, I just have to bring in some other sucker. You agreed. I'm out. Woohoo! Free. You know? Soul for a soul. Like, you gave up your soul, I get mine back and I can go type of... Like, you know what I mean? So it's like... So, I mean, that would belay that there are potentially multiple sponsors. But then that's weird, because then it was like there was the producer you had to worry about, and then it's like, oh, and now there's a sponsor. Oh, and actually there's there's 6. You know, and every one of us is actually a sponsor, and we just don't know, and we're covering for us. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, I'm curious how they're going to play this, because there's a lot of things that haven't been answered. Obviously, we're at the very beginning, kind of, so it makes sense. But I'm kind of like, not sure we're going to get adequate answers. I don't know. Anyway. My fingertips and toes began to go cold. Mine too, because it's chilly in here. Our hopes that came from finding new information were dashed and replaced with pure despair.
I think you're amazing if you're still holding out any hope.
There isn't any? Is there no other way than to do as we're told?
Well, it's not simple to find hope among these people. Someone would have already done something way in the past.
Someone? I mean previous cast members?
Yes. And didn't you notice this when you watched the past Otherworld streams? It wasn't just 1 or 2 groups that appeared in dramas.
Wanted to see how many groups there were, but I gave up halfway. There were too many.
Yeah. This isn't normal. And this crazy thing's been repeated over and over again.
Wonder that it would become a rumor in our world.
Yeah, but I still think that's strange. If such suspicious rumors are getting around, the Information Bureau would investigate it.
See, this makes me think that you're not Yochi's partner, because you're like, I mean, don't you think the Investigation Bureau would frickin' do something? If you're part of the Investigation Bureau or helping someone who is, you wouldn't bring that up. You know what I mean?
The Investigation Bureau has branches all around the world. The Japan branch would manage all domestic information. As soon as rumors of the Otherworld stream surfaced, you can bet they were aware of it. And if they found out there were illegal streams, they would have moved to eliminate it. But they couldn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, that means we're up against an enemy that powerful.
Well, aliens bent on world domination, maybe. I don't know. We already know that Iochi's boss was like, nope, we're going to let it keep going. And was it just because there's too many people's lives at risk? We let it keep going until we can bring it down, because if we crash it, we lose everybody that's there, type of a thing. Or was it like bribery? I can't quite remember. And I don't remember if they fully gave us an explanation. It was just we stayed here with Iochi so we could help them retrieve all the people.
Are you trying to say that it's useless to try and find hope?
Calm down. I'm saying that if you want to fight this powerful enemy, you shouldn't despair so easily.
Easily? This is still insignificant to him? I know that it hurts to know that more than one person could be lying to us.
Well, even if it hurts, you can't change the facts. If you don't want to be lied to, don't believe in anything from the start.
A secret supervillain.
You mean like Abana? Although Gyobo could also be like that.
Right.
Dazai looking sus right now. But... oh, I accidentally closed my guide. What the fuck happened? Anyway. I just looked down and I was like, what the fuck? Where am I? I like how they keep bringing up Abana. You know what I mean? Like, well, Abana is like whatever, and like whatever, and you know, like curious. I mean, we already know that he's hiding something. He's been in the past streams, but like again, really makes me think he's a later route, which is interesting. Didn't get that from the very beginning. If we got, well, I mean, I don't think it would have ruined anything with him, because I feel like finding out he was on the other world stream before and everything is his big secret. But finding out Iochi was part of the investigation bureau was pretty big. But it didn't really ruin anything, you know? Anyway. Yeah. This was the first time in my entire life that I was told not to believe in someone. I remembered all the rules and guidelines that I'd learned so far. I think the sus thing is they keep bringing up Ibana and Gyobu in the same sentence, and you're like, could you stop that? Because Gyobu's sus as fuck, and Ibana's just hiding that he wants his arm back. Which I guess technically, if you didn't already make that assumption based on the clues you've been handed so far, you'd be like, that's a little sus. Not cause trouble and to help each other. If you did something wrong, you'd apologize. Be sincere and do what you're told. Don't hurt others. Don't betray. Don't lie. Believe. All of that was being negated in this world. I don't understand. How much is true and isn't? Well, none of it's true, really, because you're actually not real humans. You're just data, so... you could say everything is untrue, really. Like, really. How do we know that right now we don't live in a simulation? How do you know I'm real? How do I know I'm real? I don't. Do you? Are you sure? I don't know. I was beginning to think that everything I believed until now was all wrong. I mean, I feel that's a mood. Everything I've believed until now is wrong. I feel like that's an existential crisis that we all go through repeatedly in our lives.
To doubt someone and to lose the trust of those you can, which will end up making me unable to believe in myself. I don't want that.
I read that weird, but that's okay. When Akaze said that, is this what he means?
Wait, please hold on. I know these are the facts, but please wait.
I was completely confused, but Chigasaki quietly shook his head.
Our first priority is to get Seida's voice back. I thought we decided on that. And this isn't the time to start suspecting each other.
That's true.
And we also got
advantageous information. Wow.
And we also got advantageous information. And they cannot lie and will answer questions. Isn't that right?
Chigasaki was looking at the Watcher. Dazai nodded in silence.
Watcher, is there a way to regain a voice lost from a punishment game? There is, for the person who received the punishment game to reenact the drama.
Reenact?
Give us details. Can I ask for a more in-depth explanation? A punishment game is dealt when a cast member refuses to act in a drama or interrupts the scene. If the cast member reappears in the drama and finishes acting it out, the punishment game will be reset.
So you're saying she just has to redo it? That's easy.
The reason I lost my voice in the first place is because I didn't want to push Hygie out a window.
No, you can't say it's easy yet.
I can't follow the script. It's too dangerous. What if you get hurt? And see what I'm saying? Like right now, right there, Hygie, you think he looks 12? No motherfucking way. Like, oh, I'm just really tall for my age. I think he's lying because, again, it's kind of brilliant. Oh, well, we won't suspect the dumbass kid who's the mastermind of everything. It's fucking perfect, to be fair. So I'm still going with that because if that's not the case, they ruin. Or if he's one of the aliens, that would work too, I guess. But I'm just saying, he's got to have some kind of mastermind shit going on and is like, I'm actually 16 or 3,000 or whatever. It's just because if I told you I was 12, you'd think I was an idiot and you wouldn't suspect me. And like, it's working because everybody's kind of just like, oh, it's okay. Hygie doesn't understand. Pats him on the head, keeps talking, ignores him, and like, no suspicions on him whatsoever, which is the most suspicious thing. That at least was brilliant. The way they mapped the game out, not so much, but like, that part of the writing, I'll give you.
And don't worry about me, I'll be okay. I just keep acting. Yeah, you have to keep acting or you'll regret it.
I'll regret it more if I continue this. I can never push Hygie out from there. To reenact the drama and to finish it, that means I have to push Hygie out the window? Well, I have an itch in my ear behind my headphones.
Cena, injuries incurred during the drama will be healed once the drama ends.
Is that still not good enough? I know, but is it that easy to go and hurt someone else? If it's okay just because he'll heal, then it's the same in reality. Wounds will heal, and maybe without scars. Well, not if you shove someone out the window. Like, that's different. It's different in the real world. Here, it will only hurt for half a second. Everything will be fine, because he's not a real person here. Theoretically, we're not real people. But, like, when do we gain sentience and become real people? That's what we're trying to do with the Arcadians, right? Possibly. But, like, when do they become real sentient beings that, like... But we're just data, so it's like, I mean, that's like a whole freaking... That's a route that we don't want to go into and get through all these theories and, like, whatever. But, like, and the whole existential debate here. But, like, we're just data, and we don't know that, granted. But it's like, saying, like, if I'm here and I push him out the window... I mean, I guess for her thought process right now, it's valid because you don't know you're not real, technically. That your consciousness and your awareness is here, but your body is elsewhere, which is why pushing him out the window only hurts for a split second. But it's different because even if you're here, because here is outside the realm of the morality of the earth that you live on and the world you live in. There are certain things that regardless, you're like, you just don't do. You don't stab people. Even if, I stab them, they'll heal. No! You know what I mean? So I can't begrudge her for being like, how is it different? It kind of is, though, but I think it only feels different because for me anyway, I know the facts that you're not a real person, so stabbing him here it's like stabbing someone in your dream. If you woke up and went, oh my god, I stabbed Tom in my dream, holy shit. You're not going to go turn yourself into jail. I stabbed him in my dream. I'm a horrible person. You're going to have a moment where you're like, fuck, thank God it was a dream. Damn. But, like, you can't, like, live in guilt and pay penance or whatever for stabbing someone in a dream because it's not fucking real. This is basically not real, but we don't know that it isn't. We think we're really here, so I kind of get her, like, little crisis on it, so. But the feeling of pushing someone off will never disappear. That's valid. I'm sorry. I don't mean to blame you, Chikasaki.
Oh, I know what you mean. I wouldn't know what to do if I were in your shoes.
Starting to understand more by writing it out. It's not logic. It's not just ideals. I just don't want to hurt Hygie. He's the same age as my little brother, and I have to hurt him instead of protecting him. See, but it's this too. Oh my god, but if it was anyone else, I still wouldn't do it, but it's different because he's a baby. I wouldn't want to push Dazai out, but like I feel like if Dazai made the decision and we talked about it and he was okay with it, it'd be fine. But Haiji saying it's okay is different because he can't make that decision because he's just baby. You know what I mean? I don't think she'd really push Dazai out, but like again, I feel like they could go down that route of like we'd have the conversation and we'd be like wary to do it, but we'd trust his judgment for himself. But we're not going to trust Haiji's judgment for himself because again, well, he's just a baby. He knows nothing, and we're like pushing him off on the side like he doesn't know anything. Perfect fucking scenario for the mastermind. Imperfect. It would feel like I'm hurting my own brother. Can't do it. Those were my honest feelings. But looking at it again, I realize my own contradiction. I'm all over the place. I want my voice back, but I don't want to do the drama. I stood up from my seat and continued to write. I was going so fast I was amazed with myself. I'm sorry, let me try to calm down, but right now I can't do it. After sending that message, I tried to leave. But then Akase held my arm tightly to prevent me from going. He held it so tight I couldn't shake him off.
I understand. You're not wrong.
Huh?
Bouncer, how does the reenactment work? Can it be done if we request it now?
It's possible. Would you like to start now?
Yeah, let's start immediately.
Huh? Wait,
Akase, were you even listening? What are you trying to do?
Right now? I was still confused as the usual alarm sounded off. Akase's gonna join. Drama starts in 1 minute. Stream content, School of Forgiveness, Episode 11. Genre, school drama. Cast, Watari, Takumi Haiji, Egawa, Spacey Sena, Kitakura, Shota Gyobu.
I'll get Sena her voice back. We'll talk after that.
Yeah, he's gonna jump and join and be like, "What are you doing?" Push him out. The same classroom. I was moved here and was standing in the same position as the last time. And there were the slightly perplexed Gyobu and Haiji.
1 minute? Isn't that faster than usual?
It's usually 3 minutes. I wonder if something happened. I was also confused, but I quickly tapped the display to explain the situation to both of them. I'm sorry to both of you. This is a reenactment of the drama that I got the punishment game for.
Reenactment? Oh. No wonder the title looked familiar.
So we just do the same thing? And the script is the same too. Yeah, we're doing it with the same script. If I can finish this time, my voice will come back.
Oh, I see. Then better do this properly.
Got it. Do my best. I know, but still... I still don't understand. I want an explanation on how this happened. He said I wasn't wrong. So is he telling me that he doesn't care what I think and to just do it? That's too forceful. I don't even have my voice. And while I was thinking that, the time limit of 1 minute ended and the countdown began.
What do I do?
I didn't even have time to lay the blame on Akase before the reenactment started. Watari became the target of bullying, but upon conversing with the homeroom teacher, the situation improved. But the relief was short-lived as the mastermind of the bullying, Egawa and Kitakura, called him out. The synopsis showed up as usual. I played Egawa as the mastermind of the bullying. Next to me was Gyobu, also playing the role of a bully.
You actually came. That's pretty brave of you. Good job.
What do you want now? Thought this was over. We did this exchange previously. It's the second time this conversation happened.
Over? Are you sure about that?
Gyobu reads the part that was supposed to be my line. He must have done so in my place because I couldn't speak. We would then corner Haiji and push him out the window. That's how it was in the script. What do I do? Gyobu was the one saying the line, but after that... I clenched my fist, and in that moment the projection display started blinking. He said he was going to jump in, yeah. Someone was jumping in unannounced. I told you he was going to do it. That's kind of sweet of him. Oh, Tomose? Nope. I assumed it was him, but I was wrong.
Hey, mind if I join?
Akase?
You're here too? It'll be fine with just us. Come on, the more the merrier.
The two of them exchanged a bizarre smile as they stood in front of Haiji. what is this? I can't tell how much of it's acting, but he's here to help. It was so sudden that I had completely forgotten about the rule of being able to join unannounced. Akase was probably planning that from the start. Then, will Akase push Haiji in my place? You're like, okay, cool. But that's so...
Well, anyway, I'm not holding a grudge, but prepare yourself, Haiji.
I'll never lose to the likes of you.
That's the spirit. Here goes.
Wait! Akase roughly opened the window of the classroom and grabbed Haiji's shirt and pulled him. They glared at each other up close, and then Haiji was... He was pushed out the window violently. I mean, you gotta give it, like, Gyobu doing it at one point. I think he did it, right? In one of the routes for us. Haiji threw himself out another time. But, like, Akase jumping in and being like, poof! Right out the window, no hesitation. It's like, I'm not sure if that's brave of you or if you're a little crazy. Like, listen. Futami should have jumped in this and been like, all right, bye, bam, and pushed him right out the window. Then I would, except for if Haiji's the producer, Futami never would have done that because he's obsessed with him and like fanatic or whatever. But you'd think then I would believe when Futami came up and was like, I'm a little crazy. I would have been like, you know, I believe that. You had no hesitation shoving Haiji out a window. None at all. Like, if Akase comes out as like, actually, I like stabbing people, I'd be like, not surprised. You shoved a dude out a window. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, like, do you know something? Like, are we going to find out later? You know what I mean? Or are you just like, nah, I just got to get it over with. But, like shit. Okay. My voice, my screams, they only echoed in my mind, and my hands that reached out touched nothing but air. And then I heard a painful sound. They think they could have ended this thing and then poofed him onto a pillow or something, but no. My knees buckled and I felt like collapsing. But before I sat down on the floor, Akase pulled me close and whispered in my ear,
Look carefully.
Huh? Akase supported my weight as I looked under the window.
Oh, even if it's the second floor, I can't just catch him. I definitely have some broken bones.
Huh? Here?
Don't touch that. Hey, aren't you hurt?
Maybe my feet hurt a little, but I'm fine.
Dazai had fallen on his backside with Haiji who had fallen on him. Akase was waving at them both with a big smile. You had Dazai come in and peep. Actually, you know what? That's funnier. So you know what? I was like, you just push with no hesitation. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna push him and Dazai will catch him. You just made Dazai a fucking landing cushion. That.
Hey, you okay? I'm not. You sure forced a big roll on me. There. That should be it. Anyways, that's it for today. You satisfied now? Although the result's slightly different.
A bit different, but ended up being the same. He was right about that. Haiji was pushed out the window, but it wasn't in the script for him to actually get hurt. So there should be no problem even if he wasn't hurt.
I wonder if they're satisfied. I'm actually not sure. We can think about what happens next afterwards. Every single time.
Akase smiled fearlessly. I had been in a daze the whole time, but I finally was able to think. Thank goodness. Pushed out the window, Egawa would see Watari that... Oh. Pushed out the window, Egawa would see Watari that fell 2 stories and smile. I followed the script exactly and smiled. I mean, I would also have a problem shoving someone out a window. You know what I mean? Even if there was like, oh no, there's a pillow underneath it, like a cushion, I'd still feel weird about it, you know? That's why I'm not an actor. Upon returning to Dazai's room, everyone looked at me. I know what they were expecting, so I took a deep breath and said what I should. Thank you. My voice seems to be back. Well, hey. Hey! Nuh-uh, that's not how this works. Where's the little, like, voice returning, blah, 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 where they always do the little thing to let you know it's coming back? That's cheap. Anyway.
Alright. Phew. Well, I guess that broken bone was worth it. You really had a broken bone? Daz, I thought you'd be able to catch him with one hand.
Are you kidding? You want me to do that to a giant of a grade school to that giant of a grade schooler?
Anyway, it all ended well. A good job, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't do anything. That's not true. Actually, I was completely surprised. Akase did all of that so suddenly.
Yeah, seriously. He suddenly said he'd do the drama and told me to join to catch someone. I think I'm pretty good to be able to do that on the fly.
Yep, amazing. But even if Haiji did fall from there, he'd probably get away with a broken leg.
Stop completely denying my contribution.
I wasn't. Thanks, Dazai.
Bro hug.
Anyway, the others might be coming out of the room soon, so let's go to the living room. I need to talk about the sponsor.
Right. Chigasaki called out to us, and everyone stood still right before they left the room. Chigasaki bowed with a serious expression. I'm the sponsor. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry I couldn't move when I needed to. I could have joined in had I actually brought myself to.
No, there's a limit to it. After I joined, it seemed to have looked at everyone else.
Oh, really? But Chigasaki, you always help me. We're always grateful to you.
That's right. That's right. If something happens next time, we'll be counting on you.
I doubt I can do the same thing as Akase, but next time I'll be sure to help out. Chigasaki's words were responded to with laughter as we all headed to the living room. These are my besties. In this round, anyway. Ah! Look at that. My beautiful Iochi. My salty little bitch Abana. Tomose actually looking okay here. You know, because he's not looking at you straight on, but...
You really surprised me. So that's the system where you can jump straight in.
I was thinking of joining myself. But either way, the injuries will heal, right? So stupid to make a fuss over it.
It sucks how Kyoya stole my spotlight there.
I'm glad that your voice is back.
Thank goodness. I was really worried.
Can't forget it. Everyone's voices were all over the place. The people that were in the drama and not... The people that were in the drama and not were all celebrating that my voice was back. The people that were in the drama and not, so everyone? I thanked each and every one of them, feeling grateful just to have a voice. So this is how it feels to lose something you took for granted. It was unthinkable when I didn't have my voice, but I was finally able to think straight. And seeing that everyone had lightened up a little, Akase spoke up.
Today I have good news and bad news. The good news is probably something you already know. As for the bad news, okay, I was just wondering, like, we do the reveal thing, but since it's Akase leading, I guess. Unfortunately, we got information that there are actually 2 traitors among us.
You know, those 3 together in that thing were just, I don't know. Naturally, everyone went quiet. Akase's voice pierced through the air as everyone there received the message.
But I'll say this again. It's a waste of time to try and figure out who the traitor is right now. At least, that's what I think. As we don't know who it is, what we have to do right now is keep accumulating points.
So you're rejecting naysayers?
I didn't say that, but Abana, I also see you as one of us.
Whatever.
To accumulate points, it'd be best to cooperate with each other. Just like how we did with Sena this time, I'll do everything in my power. So I need everyone's help here.
Akase actually took action earlier, so everyone put great trust in him. No one protested his suggestion. Well, like, who's gonna protest? The sus people? Then that would make him look sus, right? Even if anyone felt differently, everyone accepted Akase's declaration without protest. Exactly.
I see. I haven't seen it, but that's fine.
Yeah, I wonder where it went. Maybe it slipped through the cracks. Dazai had come to my room asking me if I had seen that memo. Interesting. The memo we were referring to was the one left by a past cast member found in Dazai's room. Aha. You're either faking that it's lost, or, more realistically, I would get... Well... Okay. If we're doing Akase before Chigasaki, then Chigasaki could have been a past cast member, but then I feel like then there's too many people that are past cast members, but at the same time, everyone's gotta have some kind of little secret kind of thing going on. Tomose's was like, I'm in love with you. Yeah, we knew that though. Like, you know what I mean? Not so secret. But I would think Akase might have taken it Because I feel like whether you do Chigasaki or Akase or whatever, a lot of this is going to be the same, right? You know what I mean? Because it's the investigation team. We haven't done them. That's why we can't skip through a lot of it. But I would think Akase might have taken the memo because it might lead him to clues, or he gave it to Iochi if he's Iochi's partner. You know what I'm saying? So that could be a little point on that.
And the cracks. Well, maybe. And that's all I wanted to ask. Good night.
Night. What's wrong?
Nothing. I'll see you tomorrow.
You do act a little sus. And I don't mean it in a bad way, but it's like, something's intriguing. There's something going on with you, and it's cool. I'm into it. What was that? Well, it was like he was irritated. The whereabouts of the memo remained unknown, and the conversation with Dazai ended there. Memo. We already know what's on it, so it isn't a big problem, even if it's lost. But see, and then there's something curious about why he's curious about it. I didn't think too much about it as I patted my hair dry with a towel after a bath. Unless he's like, it went missing. Have you seen it? Because he's sus of it going missing. I mean, I don't know. Phew. One big problem had been solved, and I freshened up in the bath. I felt especially good today. I had lost my voice for 2 days. I didn't think that the penalty would be lifted this quickly. It's thanks to everyone, especially Akase. So grateful. I'm grateful that they were the cast I was with right now. At the same time, Akase was amazing in my eyes. Oh yeah, we're falling in love with him. Akase is amazing. It's not that Chigasaki isn't special, because he can't imitate him. Akase is just the special one. Maybe feeling excessively attached because he helped me. But even so, there's no doubt that Akase is amazing. I feel like this is very specific to being, leading you into Akase, that you should know that I don't think this conversation in her head is coming up when you're in anybody else's route. Because, Akase is amazing. He's just super special. I mean, Chikasaki's fine, but, Akase is amazing. And then we romance Chigasaki, you know what I'm saying? That's why everyone remained quiet and listened to Akase. There still are things to worry about, but I think we can now look to the future more. I finished towel drying, and then I opened the window before using the blow dryer. My face still felt hot, so I thought it'd be nice to get some fresh air and cool off. I saw something move below me, and I looked into the darkness. Akase? Yep. I wasn't quite sure, but I was sure that I'd caught a glimpse of who it was. Akase? He jumped over the shrubbery in agile leaps, making sure no one else was watching him. He's going to meet Iochi. It's already late. I wonder what happened. After he left, the quiet, cicada-less summer night continued. I think he's going to meet Iochi. You know what I mean? Oh, obviously we're going to the park, I would assume, because that's where boyfriend is, so. Yes, okay. Go to the park. And now is this? Nope. I was walking in the park when I saw Akase and Iochi talking to each other. See? Partners. Hello, Iochi. Akase. We're seeing you both here.
Hi, Sana. I just happened to see Akase here. Oh, we were talking about the dramas.
I just happened to see... Yeah, no, lies. Liza Minnelli. The dramas?
Yep. I was thinking about it when I came across Iochi, so we've been discussing trends and countermeasures.
It's valid. They might have been doing that, but they're definitely meeting up. Oh, really? Speaking of dramas, thank you so much for the other day, Akase.
The other day? For getting your voice back.
Yeah, without your help, I don't think I would have gotten my voice back.
Dazai put in some hard work, too. I'm glad it went well.
I thought there was some protests about it. And did you have a meeting about it?
Just a small one?
It sounds like you didn't.
Because...
Akase.
Yes?
See, this is very much like mentor-mentee. Like Iochi being like, Akase! And Iochi being like, oh my god, doing whatever Iochi... You know what I mean? You know, there's teacher-student shit going on here. Well, again, because Iochi's what, 23 or 24? So, Iochi is senpai to Akase, so it makes sense. I'm definitely... Yeah, I'm starting to... I would be shocked at this point if Akase wasn't Iochi's partner. Unless Iochi's partner was someone that they work with in the Information Bureau, but then when they get here, Iochi finds someone here to help, oh, hey, Akase, you can help me And, like, technically partner meant their actual partner from the bureau, but they also had an inside man, technically, with Akase. But then I feel like that would have come up, but anyway.
What's done is done, so I didn't want to say anything. But what would you have done if your recklessness had made the situation worse?
Very much being a senpai right now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, see? You're getting chided by some... You've got to be his partner. You two seem to be very close.
Huh?
Close? Is that how it looks to you?
Huh? Yeah. The exchange just now was like a teacher and student. It sort of made me smile. See, what did I just say? Okay, alright. Akase has to be Iochi's partner.
Teacher and student. I see. And then while we're in the middle of this lesson, I'll give my adorable students a warning.
Warning?
Yes, Akase and Sena, it's fine that you two are getting along well, but don't make that mistake when it comes to people you need to watch out for.
People to watch out for?
Yes, for example...
Iochi became quiet. I wondered why, but then I heard a voice from behind me.
Okay, wait a minute!
I forgot, in my mind I was like, isn't Futami in this too at the park? But like, I don't know if Futami's gonna be the one that comes up, but it is, and it's like, I'm sorry, but Iochi being like, people you have to watch out for, like, and then all of a sudden Futami shows up, and that is the game literally, like, slapping you in the face, like, watch out for this bitch! I don't know if we hadn't done Futami's route, if this I would have been like, are they trying to tell me I have to watch out for Futami? Because, like, why? I still would never have pegged Futami, I don't think, as the sponsor. Maybe as things go further on, but, like, at this point right now, let's say we hadn't done his route, we did Iochi, Tomose, now we're on Akase, we had never done that, I still wouldn't have suspected him, you know what I mean?
It's rare to see you three together. Oh, Futami, are you out for a walk?
Oh, that was me. I thought that was Akase. Anyway, that was me asking him. Never mind.
Yeah, I was trying to get some thinking done. So what are y'all talking about?
We were just talking about how Akase and Iochi seem close to each other.
Oh, Akase and Iochi, huh? Well, that's good.
I don't know about that. I tend to pick my friends carefully.
Are you saying you don't want to be friends with me?
Something like that, Futami, because it seems like we'll have to fight over her.
I like how he says that, but, like, it's, like, something like that, Futami. There's so much sus in that, and they're like, oh, because we're gonna have to fight over her. Yeah, I don't know, there's some shade under that, like, kind of, like, goofy little statement. You know what I mean?
Huh? You're right about that.
Huh?
So what will you do? Sena, who do you want to belong to?
Obviously, Ibana, but also you, Iochi. I'm just saying. Like, oh my god, I'm sorry. If my choice is Iochi or Futami, no offense, I'm taking Iochi 100%. I'm all in this fucking ship. But if I have to choose between Iochi and Ibana, it's like, can't I just be in the middle of the man sandwich? Like, right?
I'd be so happy if you picked me.
No, Sena, you'll pick me, right?
This is all too sudden!
Both of you, Sena can't take a joke, so you should stop right now.
A joke?
You were... Oh, wait. You were in them. Remember the romance dramas with Iochi and Futami?
Huh? Oh!
You finally remembered, Serena.
I thought you'd realize immediately, but it took you long enough, Sayaka.
Oh, please. Iochi, Futami, you keep on teasing me. You say you're fighting over me, but you're both in different dramas.
Sorry about that. It was a joke, but I was beginning to enjoy it more partway through.
Sorry, I got carried away too.
I was wondering what was going on because you both were being weird. Which is fun. Never mind that. I'm embarrassed that I got so serious about it. You're like sinking into the floor.
Well, I'm the only one excluded, so I don't like this. So how about I come in as the villain to kidnap her? See ya!
Huh? Akase, hey!
Oh, not bad at all, Akase.
Must be nice to be so young.
Like, that was fun. And of course, boyfriend swept us away. Stole us from other boyfriend, but whatever.
Now then, I didn't think we'd come far enough.
Akase, your hand.
Oh, right. I was still holding on to yours. Sorry about that.
No, I should be thanking you for getting me out of there.
I'm sure they don't mean any harm, but they keep teasing you because your reactions are so funny.
Huh? I didn't mean to have any funny reactions.
You sure about that? It was so obvious from your expressions. See?
Don't poke my cheek!
That's what I'm talking about. That reaction's so cute and funny. Being here just means that gloomy topics like the traitor keep coming up. Iochi and the rest of us all feel at ease looking at you because you're so transparent. No, that's not the only reason, but I hope you'll forgive him for it.
Sure.
But if you ever need help, you can come to me. I can take you away just like I did now.
Oh my god, isn't that romantic? I'll just take you away. Ah! Akase's so mysterious. I don't know why, but I feel at ease whenever I'm talking with him. I mean, he does kind of like get to you know what I mean? Like, you're a good boy and you're kind of sweet. Like, I'm here for it. But I can't always be on the receiving end. I want to be able to help you too, so if there's anything you need help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Oh, really? Then I'll have you come to my rescue when I'm in danger.
Yeah, you can count on me.
You sound so reliable.
Speaking of which, what countermeasures for dramas were you talking about earlier?
Oh, that? How about I explain it on the way back?
We talked about the dramas while we slowly walked back to the lodging.
Ooh.
Where do we go now? Go to the living room. Okay. Have we done this before? No, we haven't. I entered the living room and I heard someone talking from the kitchen, so I looked inside. I found Abana with his hands over his eyes while Chigasaki stood around and looked apologetic. Did something happen? I also love Chigasaki. He's soft and delicate, and you know I love Abana, so I'm here for this too.
Doesn't concern you.
Hey, that might be true, but you didn't have to say it like that.
Shut up. Go away. Oh. God, you're telling me. You know what? Pin me against a wall and call me an idiot.
Well, that's my shit.
No, you shut up, Abana. Oh, you know what? You know what? I like this. Shut up. You shut up. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. And then we hot makeout session.
Hi, what are you screaming for? I know your light's on.
It's my fault here.
Huh? What do you mean?
I was asking Abana to teach me how to cook.
To cook? Isn't that a good thing?
How about that?
Take a look at this.
I looked over at where Abana pointed, and there was an unidentifiable block. It looked like something from another world. What is this?
I guess you wouldn't know either.
Hold on. I think I can understand it if I think about it a little. I approached the thing and tried to observe every part of it. But no matter how much I looked, I couldn't figure out what it was.
Dana, it's all right.
No, I'm fine. I'll guess it correctly.
Yes.
Are you stupid? That's not the point here. Chigasaki asked me to teach him how to cook, so I had to make an omelet to start. I had no idea what his current skill level was before I started teaching him. Even a child can make an omelet. It's great for determining someone's skill. However, Chigasaki's skills are beyond me.
Beyond you?
That thing you were looking at was Chigasaki's omelet.
You knew that's where it was going, but when he says it, it's still fucking funny.
Huh? Wait, what?
I knew you would say that.
Oh, sorry. I've just never seen an omelet like that. Poor Chigasaki. Can't even cook an egg.
I know what you mean. I was at a loss for words too when I saw it.
Sorry. I'm just so clumsy.
This has nothing to do with being clumsy.
Just being clumsy doesn't get these results.
Ipana!
Hey, being able to do this is its own skill.
Chigasaki, what made you suddenly want to cook anyway?
Hell, I knew that I was bad at cooking, so I wanted to fix myself. I was hoping I could make something simple if ever anyone felt tired. That, or at least I'd be able to help out. Unlike with dinner, we take care of lunch ourselves, so I was trying to help out somehow.
I see. But instead of helping out, I'm just in the way. I mean, what the fuck kind of monstrosity did you make? That's not true. Maybe in the kitchen. Huh? If you're bad at it, we can practice. But no one's good at anything from the start. Oh, the more you practice, the better you'll get. I'll work with you, okay? Sina, thank you. Abana hates this. Hey, Abana, where are you going? Back to my room. Why? Because just looking at you irritates me. He's so into us, it hurts. He's so into us. Like, the second we showed up, he was like, God, I love you. And I'm just gonna pretend that I hate you. God. I love the salty bitches. He is the saltiest. You keep saying things like that. You're gonna teach him right, so what's wrong? Fine. Are you okay with having fewer ingredients, Abana? What? Speaking of which, I remember seeing a storage container with something delicious in the fridge. Wait, I'm still prepping that. Touch it and I'll kill you. Then, can we do it together? Fine. But I'm only doing this once. Yay! Let's get started! Damn it. So sorry again. After that, we started our cooking class. I fucking love that, though, and I kind of wish that was an Abana scene in his route. You know what I mean? Fine, just this once. He's actually a marshmallow on the inside, you know it. Like, that's the way they all are, but anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.